Hey everyone, I want to go through how variable sets work and custom versions within the test map. So variable sets and custom versions are both used so that you can run the same test on multiple environments or on multiple builds. If you are going to run, let's say, this budget test, create a budget register entry, you might want to run it the first time on your UAT1 box and the second time on your UAT2 box. That might be the same test. We don't want to recreate this test. Instead, we want to run it in different ways. So we have variable sets that are available here. They're also available in the test plans. So you can see here, this is the variable set. So when you're running, you're actually running against a set of variables here. So I can see here, these are my FinOps variables. I'm on the default variable set. And let's say all I wanted to do was change the user, right? So I've got my default user here. And let's say I'm running it against a different staging environment. So I've got two staging environments. I might create a second variable set here. Let's call this staging 2. So it's going to create a new variable set. It's going to copy everything from that existing default that we're on, and then I can just change this URL to being p:staging 2. Obviously this would no longer work, and now all of my tests that run against the staging 2 will suddenly use this as the URL. So they are the same tests, but just running against a different variable set, in this case staging 2, so they'll run against a different environment. I can change this back to default super simply, and now they run against the standard one as per before. Now, sometimes you also have slight differences in your builds or in your environments. So then we have the option to either take a test, and we might save this as, let's say this is there's like a slight difference between this, where when we're creating a budget register entry, we are adding a second field, let's say, and we just call this second field. We could create a test like this, right? So now we've got two tests. What we could also do, as I start to have problems with my internet, hopefully this recording continues. Okay, cool. We're back. 26 budget. So we've got our second field one here. I'm going to delete this. What we could also do is we're on version 10.0.26. We could also add a new version, let's call this custom version, where let's say it's a new build. So let's call this new build. Now that will copy all of the tests, and then you can, if we jump into this, you can see here, this is new build running on 10.26. So all of these tests, you can edit these and your 10.0.26 will remain the same, but they'll still be using the TestSmart base 10.0.26. So this allows you to have two versions where the software is either slightly different or where you're doing slightly different things on that box. And whereas variable sets are used when they are the exact same test, just with different data. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, where you'll use these are very important when you have multiple companies or different versions that you're running them on. So if you've got 10 companies or 10 that you're running within Dynamics, then suddenly you don't want to have to build out 10 of those tests. You want to use the same test on these 10 variable sets or on 10 custom versions. And that means that we can reuse. It'll be far less work for you and your team, and you can get the testing done faster. All right, thanks everyone.